Cre8tek invests in pioneering technology solutions with a particular focus on software marketing solutions, application software, communication software, SaaS, online social networking services, and security and encryption. The company recently acquired a high-profile Australian Fintech business, Flamingo, but to tell you more, please welcome their CEO, Dr. Catriona Wallace, to the stage.
Great. Hello, everybody. My name is Catriona Wallace. As mentioned, I am the CEO of Cre8tek and the founder of Flamingo. So we're in the artificial intelligence, machine learning and data science space. And what we've created in the Flamingo platform is something called a cognitive virtual assistant, somewhat like a robot, that sells insurance products for large enterprises. So our main market is North American market, where our client base includes a number of Fortune 100 companies. And in Australia, we've recently returned to Australia to do the listing, which was last November, and we're now engaging with high-profile brands such as the AMP and Direct Money here in Australia. So the problem we set out to solve was, for enterprise, so large financial services companies, very low online sales conversion rates. So typically in banking and finance, insurance, businesses sell when they're selling through call centres or where there's a conversation. Their sales conversion rates are between 20 and 80%. When it comes to selling online, and I'm sure many of you will have experienced this, if you're trying to buy superannuation or insurance or banking products, the conversion rates of customers actually buying online drops to about 1 to 3%. And globally, financial services companies are tasked with having at least 25% of their online revenues or their overall revenues coming from online. So there's a huge gap and market potential that we're now fulfilling. So what is the Flamingo platform? It is two components of the business. One is the cognitive virtual assistant, which we call Rosie. So Rosie is a piece of software based on unique algorithms created by the Flamingo data science team that is used to guide customers through their purchase of insurance, wealth management, retirement, superannuation products. And the second component is what we call a journey platform that allows customers to go through their sales process or onboarding or servicing of their account. So this is a quick demonstration. Some of you will have heard about the rise of chatbots. So can I get an idea of how many of you actually heard or seen a chatbot in play? Right, a few of you. So in the hype cycle of AI and machine learning, chatbots are now the top of the field. So if we look at the area that we're in, machine learning, artificial intelligence, chatbots, this is a huge amount of investment going into this, not only by the investment community, but by the corporates as well. So this is an example. Jenny is a machine, actually Rosie we call her behind the scenes, and she will be interacting with a customer who can actually type and be guided through their journey. Over here is on this side of the platform is the journey steps that Rosie intelligently selects to guide customers through their journey. So what we're doing here is not only helping businesses sell more, and we're typically tasked with doubling their current conversion rate, but we're also removing the need for a lot of humans to be doing the work in call centres, for example. Oh, sorry. Okay, so these are the metrics. My background is as an entrepreneur. I've built a number of very successful companies, and so I know how to build the commercial value not only for our clients but for our investors and in this business. Commercially, these are the things that we set out to solve for our customers. Conversion rate, so increasing the online sales conversion rates, increasing customer retention, so holding customers rather than them leaving and going elsewhere, and then increased efficiencies. So with what we call intelligent guided selling or intelligent guided onboarding, when we modelled this with one of our customers, a large US insurance company based out of Columbus, Ohio, their CFO worked out that we would they would save 30% of their headcount in their call centre if they used a platform such as Flamingo to guide customers through the sales and the onboarding process. So not only is the commercial value around the sales process, it's very much around the efficiencies as well. So where are we? Originally founded in Australia in 2014, we took the business in an early stage to the US because we saw that that's where we could scale the business globally. We were able to secure Nationwide. Nationwide is a 31,000 employee, $40 billion company as our foundation client in the North American market. Again, Fortune 100 company. We've gone on to do multiple implementations for Nationwide, and on the back of that to secure other Fortune 100 US companies. So the client delivery team for Flamingo and Cre8tek is based out of New York, and the technology team, the data scientists and the developers, based out of Sydney. So in 2014, we took the business to the US. We were a US company until the listing back in Australia in November last year. And alongside that, in relisting in Australia, we started to build out our Australian business. So many of you know the story that people try their business and test it in the backyard of Australia and then take it globally. We actually did the opposite. We went and trialled this and tested it out in the North American market, proved it out, and then brought it back to Australia for a predominant reason that we're now making entry into the Asian market. So we've got our first opportunities now with MetLife, being part of the MetLife Accelerator out of Singapore, to scale into Asia, which we really think will be a significant market for us. So what is the business model? How do we sell into clients? So our clients are large corporates. So we would typically do a proof of concept or a paid trial, which take somewhere between 3 to 6 months to do, to prove out that the cognitive virtual assistant platform can actually demonstrate business results. And those trials are always paid for. And this is the value that the clients already see on us. Once a trial and a proof of concept has been established, we then move into a monthly recurring revenue model that is based on a subscription. So the clients will pay a certain amount per month for one product and one particular, we call them journey, one particular use case. So a retirement product sales. Now, as you can all imagine, these very large enterprises have multiple products and multiple use cases that we can work with. So in each of the Fortune 100 companies we're currently in, they are looking to test this out as one of their first plays in artificial intelligence, machine learning, cognitive virtual assistants, with the view to then scaling it across their business. We are one of the very first players in the field that's called conversational commerce. We're one of Gartner's, so the big global IT firms, one of their cool vendors. And we have a very high profile across Australia and Asia and the US as being one of the market leaders in this field. That being said, the other things that we have to do in working with these big corporates, as I'm sure many of you know, is get through some of their procurement, their security, their legal and compliance. So Flamingo and Cre8tek, we spend an enormous amount of time and work in getting our security in the platform to the level that it'll pass US financial services, top tier companies' security. So that's a significant barrier to entry for all other players who are trying to do what we do. So the team. The board has a number of very, very successful entrepreneurs on it. Kathy Reed, who is the chair, is the founder of Epic Pharmacy. Epic Pharmacy is over $1 billion business. Kathy has demonstrated that she can work with CEOs and companies such as Flamingo to scale these to multi-billion-dollar companies. And the management team itself, we have absolute rock star talent in this team, world-class talent. Our CTO, Joe Wallace, was the CTO for Betfair. So those of you who do a little bit of gaming or sports trading on the side, know that Betfair is the largest e-commerce company in Europe and handles more transactions in a given day than all of the European stock exchanges together. So Joe built that platform, and he is now our CTO building this platform out to be globally scalable. Dr. Jack Elliott, our Chief Data Scientist, has a PhD in the data science of literature and conversations. Jack recently became internationally famous in December last year as they applied his algorithms to discover previously unknown works of William Shakespeare. So Jack does that on the side. Most of his time is spent with us, but you can see the calibre of person we have there. Rohini Mahindru is the ex-CIO for Rakuten. Rakuten is the equivalent of Japan's Amazon. So, and Rohini is based out of New York and runs the New York operations. So world-class team. And then as an investment opportunity. So the market, if we look at just the insurance market alone, in the US alone, is a close to an $18 billion opportunity. That's not even including the other financial services. So if we look at financial services, generally just in the US, it's around a $250 billion industry. Hopefully you've seen from the presentation today, the nature of what we do is scalable, but not only to financial services. This technology could be used for telco, for healthcare, for retail, and we have a strategy of moving into those sectors as we prove the platform out. Other opportunities, we're a market maker. We've got first mover advantage. We're one of the very first conversational commerce platforms in the world, and particularly one that can demonstrate commercial value immediately for our clients. Extensive news flow, so we have we're working with the FTI team who are at the back here, helping us in investor communications, so a great news flow and significant sales pipeline that we're looking to convert in the next 12 months. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It was a delight to speak to you today and look forward to speaking to you after the session. Thank you.